they got their revenge against Tennessee. They lost to them twice in the regular season. A'ja Wilson, she has been unstoppable the last 2 games in the tournament, though, Coach.
Well, the great thing is history is going to be made today in the SEC. A team's going to win it 4 times in a row, or Mississippi State's going to win it for the first time.
All right, let's get you to Nashville, Tennessee. History awaits in the Music City.
To Nashville, Tennessee and Bridgestone Arena for the 2018 Southeastern Conference Women's Basketball Tournament. Let's meet your starting lineups for our championship game between the South Carolina Gamecocks and the Mississippi State Bulldogs. For South Carolina, a 6-foot junior from Newark, New Jersey, number 4, Danye Clowney. For Mississippi State, a 5'7" senior from Little Rock, Arkansas, number 11, Roshunda Johnson. For South Carolina, a 5'10" freshman from Montgomery, Alabama, number 10, Bianca Jackson. For Mississippi State, a 6'7" junior from Brenham, Texas, number 15, Tiara McCowan. For South Carolina, a 6'2" sophomore from Pembroke Pines, Florida, number 21, Makia Herbert Harrigan. For Mississippi State, a 5'7" senior from Starkville, Mississippi, number 1, Blair Schaefer. For South Carolina, a 6'2" junior from Madison, Alabama, number 35, Alexis Jennings. For Mississippi State, a 6'1" senior from Carthage, Mississippi, number 35, Victoria Vivians. For South Carolina, a 5'10" sophomore from Noblesville, Indiana, number 52, Taisha Harris. And for Mississippi State, a 5'5" senior from Birmingham, Alabama, number 2, Morgan Williams. The head coach of South Carolina is Dawn Staley. The head coach of Mississippi State is Vic Schaefer.
South Carolina and Mississippi State, they are now meeting for the 3rd time this season, and none more important than this meeting, a national championship on the line.
Taken away by Wilson. Blocked once again by Wilson. Guess who with the rebound? Right back up!
That is a championship play right there, young woman.
A'ja Wilson has taken over this game in the 4th quarter. For the first time in school history, South Carolina has won the national championship.
Welcome to Champ Week, presented by Principal. You are watching the SEC on ESPN, and we are in Nashville, Tennessee for a rematch of last spring's national championship game. Unbeaten Mississippi State, the number 1 seed, getting ready to take on South Carolina. Pam Ward, along with Hall of Fame coach Dale Gestencourt, Steffi Sorensen, will join us momentarily. An electric atmosphere here. It's always a big game when these 2 teams play.
Well, it is, and this has become the rivalry in the SEC. We all know they played for the national championship last year. This is the 3rd straight year they're playing for this SEC tourney title. And I'll tell you, this is when the stars come out to shine.
And we have some big-time star power. Perhaps nobody a bigger star in the entire country than A'ja Wilson.
Well, A'ja Wilson, 3-time SEC Player of the Year, and she's expanded her game. She's averaging almost 23 points, 12 rebounds in just 23 minutes of play in this SEC tournament. She's big, she's strong, she's become more physical, and she is so tough to defend. You love her passion. And then for Mississippi State, it's Victoria Vivians, a matchup nightmare. You'll see her play the 3 and the 4 today, and she can shoot that deep 3 be so difficult to defend. She's trying to lead her team to their first ever SEC tournament title.
And Victoria Vivian's numbers are up across the board from last year, leading her team in scoring at just under 20 points per game. Asia Wilson, enough said. Vic Schaefer had this to say just moments ago in the locker room.
This is a big girl game today. Ain't no little girls in here. When you walk out there, you turn into a monster. You forget how nice and sweet you are, because if you don't, it ain't going to be pretty. You're playing for a championship today.
Well, Vic Schaefer said coming into this game that this team is built for this. They have played in big-time moments, and this team is ready. They've proven it over time. He said that it's not going to be because we're too sore or we're too tired. We're ready for this moment. We've played in tournaments where our third game is our toughest. These players believe it. I believe it. We're ready to go.
Yes, indeed, Stephanie. And Mississippi State trying to stay unbeaten. They already have the regular season championship, the first for any women's team in the history of Mississippi State. And now they're trying to get that first tournament title. And no team from Mississippi State has ever won a national championship in any sport. Could this be the first one? Morgan Williams, who hit the big shot to eliminate Connecticut in the Final Four, brings it up.
And you can see right away, South Carolina is playing a sagging man, and they're not going to defend Morgan Williams outside the three.
Vivian starts inauspiciously with an air ball defended by Makia Herbert-Harrigan, who for the third straight game is starting in place of Asia Wilson. She's been coming off the bench. She did not start last Sunday in Knoxville, and in fact didn't even make the trip because she was dealing with the effects of vertigo, and now some full court pressure.
And you'll see Mississippi State, they're known for their full court pressure. For 40 minutes, you'll see full court pressure.
Alexis Jennings was spectacular against Tennessee in the quarterfinals, a little off against Georgia in yesterday's semi. And here comes Morgan Williams. Now, Williams did not play in the fourth quarter at all in the regular season game in Starkville that South Carolina came from behind to win.
Yeah, Jasmine Holmes came off the bench and played a spectacular game and played the entire fourth quarter for Mississippi State.
And you might recall that Morgan did not get a lot of playing time either in the national championship game against South Carolina. That is a travel.
And what I'm really curious about, Jennings and Herbert-Harrigan are so much better now than they were the first time these two teams played. So they really have elevated their game.
And that is what Vic Schaefer echoed this morning. He said that Alexis Jennings has an ornery attitude now. We did not see that before. And Herbert-Harrigan, like last year's SEC tournament, has upped her game in this year's SEC tournament. Shonda Johnson, Blair Schaefer, they've been shooting lights out from three this weekend. Tierra McCowan, who leads the country in offensive rebounds, couldn't get that one. And committed the foul.
And she's such a key cog for Mississippi State, so to pick up this early foul, I would look for South Carolina. They like to go inside anyway, but I would look for them to go right at her, try to pick up that quick second foul.
McCowan had 20 rebounds in the regular season matchup against South Carolina, and that 20th rebound in that game was the single season record. Jennings missed badly, maybe some yips on both sides. A slow start. And Williams left unguarded and then missed badly. Here comes Ty Harris, the very talented sophomore point guard. But she made a bad decision. Williams picked it off, but could not get it back in before she stepped out of bounds. Dawn Staley won the national championship in what was her 9th season. She was the SEC Coach of the Year last year, shared that award with Vic Schaefer in 2015. And Vic Schaefer, the Coach of the Year this season. 25 seconds to shoot. Danye Cliney. Jennings guarded by McCowan. So Vivians is on Herbert-Harrigan.
And that advantage goes to Vivians. She's used to playing on the outside.
Harris loses it. Good defense by Morgan Williams. Second turnover for South Carolina, and turnovers have been a problem for South Carolina in the first 2 games of this SEC tournament.
Well, yeah, they're averaging 45 total turnovers that have led to 41 points. So averaging over 22 turnovers a game, as opposed to Mississippi State, 5 turnovers a game.
Schaefer missed short, saved it in, but Harris gathered it. Harris takes it right by Morgan William, but it tucked out. Offensive rebound in the fresh 30 thanks to Alexis Jennings, and a great look from Harris to Jackson. Micah Jackson, the freshman from Montgomery, getting into the starting lineup after Lindsey Spann was shut down with a hurt knee. Johnson has really given Mississippi State a shot in the arm this season. Morgan William with the steal. Herbert Harrigan was there to defend. And now McCowan, who is pretty much automatic from that spot on the floor.
And that's a good sign for Mississippi State. McCowan actually didn't score her first bucket of the game the last time these 2 teams played until late in the 3rd quarter.
Only finished with 9 points. Herbert Harrigan draws the foul. That's 2.
Smart move by Herbert Harrigan right at Big T. Second foul.
That's exactly what you called for, Coach, and McCowan got her. Let's see the way Vic Schaefer, well, first off, Vic's going to take off his sport jacket. So he showed the jacket, and like for now, he's going to leave McCowan in.
Last game, he made it almost to the media timeout. This game, well before the media timeout, that jacket's off.
I'm sure stressing is going on right now. Herbert Harrigan hits the free throw, and Asia Wilson getting ready to check in. Herbert Harrigan gets them both, so Asia comes in, and a couple of subs for Vic Schaefer as Chloe Bibby, a freshman from Australia, comes in, along with Zion Campbell, who is 6'3", and Bibby really played well, and she was in that 4th quarter in the regular season matchup.
Well, she did, and she played Asia Wilson very tough, very physical with her. So now you see it's a chess match. I love this game because of chess match going on between the coaches. Vivians has now already moved out to the 3 position.
You can switch over to the 4 this year. And it will be interesting to see the matchups as this game develops.
And Bibby, even though she's a post player, she can shoot the 3.
William, terrific feed through the defense, and then dished it off to Campbell, who only averages about 10.5 minutes per game and 2.5 points per game. Asia, her first chance to score, and she ringed it. Vivian stops, pops, hits.
And in transition, this is Mississippi State's style of play right now. They are controlling the tempo. They want to get it up and down. South Carolina, they want to get their defense set.
Campbell drawing the assignment now on Wilson. Asia got her up in the air, drove in, and then put it in with her right hand, which is her offhand.
Yeah, and that's a good job by Mississippi State trying to know the scouting report. You don't want to let her go left, but Asia Wilson saying, you know what, I can go right just as well. Certainly prefers her left hand.
And now Asia comes up with the loose ball. First turnover for Mississippi State. Mississippi State committing the 3rd fewest turnovers in the nation this year. Averaging about 10.5 per game. Campbell knocks it away. So Asia Wilson got into the game, and it didn't take her long. She's going to make an Asia Wilson move, go up with her offhand, and score.
ESPN's exclusive presentation of college basketball is brought to you by Principal, Investments, Retirement, Insurance, and Reese's Peanut Butter Cups. Reach for Reese's.
Shots from last year's SEC championship game in Greenville, South Carolina, the 3rd in a row for the Gamecocks. And boy, these 2 coaches kind of mirror each other, both of them resuscitating programs and taking them to a very high level.
where they both have such great respect for one another as well. Dawn Staley said, yes, Vic and I, we're both kind of old school. You know, we have tough love, we're demanding, we're disciplined, and they both brought their programs from the bottom up, both on the court and in the community. They've really built those relationships, and it's resulted in championships and full houses.
Coach Schaefer said Dawn and I are cut from the same cloth. He agrees with the assessment from Dawn Staley, and a lot of the people from Starkville, which is about 265 miles from here, have made the trip. There's also a lot of alums in the Nashville area from Mississippi State, and this is a majority Bulldog crowd. Asia Wilson drives, and they draw the charge. Drawing charges is something that Mississippi State does well.
Well, they do really well. And Vivian's just stepping over at the last minute to draw that charge. They get so much energy from those charges.
That is the fourth turnover for South Carolina. Mississippi State missed their first 6 shots. They hit 3 in a row. William has a chance to shoot free throws.
And that was the 57th charge taken as a team for Mississippi State. 57 charges on the year.
Yeah, Bro Schaefer has taken 24 of them. Jennings whistled for the personal foul, her first, and it sends Morgan Williams to the free throw line, the best free throw shooter on this team at 85%. For the 33rd year, it is ESPN Champ Week, and we have 2 more title matchups coming your way. At 7 Eastern, the Big Ten Championship, Maryland, Ohio State. Then at 9 Eastern, Stanford, Oregon. You can also catch them on the ESPN app if you're not around ESPN2. So all 4 championships that we've had on ESPN2 today have featured the first and second seeds. So no upsets coming into the tournament championship games.
Cream rising to the top.
Shonda Johnson back into the game.
And Victoria Vivians is now on. Asia Wilson picks up a foul. They've moved Vivians back to the 4. So now you see Vic Schaefer's going to play her both inside and out at the 3 and the 4.
If Victoria Vivian's guarding Asia, it's got to be advantage Asia.
Most definitely. And a lot of teams haven't taken advantage of Victoria Vivians when she's at the 4. They haven't done a great job getting the ball inside and really making her play post defense. But Dawn Staley in South Carolina, you know where they want to go, always to the inside.
Wilson's about 4 inches taller than Vivians, who is considered to be one of the lesser defenders on this team, and Morgan Williams crashed to the floor. 2 fouls on Jennings.
And I like that Morgan Williams, look at her skying for this. This is the most aggressive I've seen Morgan Williams in a while, both on the offensive and defensive end of the floor. I think she wants to be on the floor in the fourth quarter this game.
Yeah, and that's, you would think, part of the incentive, because in the national championship game, she did not play much against South Carolina, did not play much against them during the regular season matchup, and she is earning her minutes right now. Johnson off the mark. Johnson coming into this game had hit 6 of 13 threes in the first 2 games of the tournament.
Yeah, and over the last 7 games, she's hitting 17 points a game, 55% from the 3, so she's playing at an elite level.
Wilson turning around as Campbell came over on the double team. And another foul on State. Here's Vic Schaefer in his last huddle.
You can get to the rim whenever you want. We've settled for jump shot after jump shot instead of driving the ball to the rim. Drive it. They helped off. She had a nice layup, just like I showed you on film.
And he wants his team to be aggressive and attack the basket. We've seen that from Morgan Williams, but not really anybody else. Rashonda Johnson, usually, she's a great 3-point shooter, but she can get to the basket at will.
Mississippi State just 3 of 10 from the floor. Wilson hit 2 after being fouled by Zion Campbell, who picked up her first. Campbell in because Tiara McCowan is on the bench with 2 personal fouls. Asia comes out on Johnson, and the ball just would not go down. Johnson 0 for 3 from the floor. 2 of those shots coming from long range. Wilson got good position on Campbell, and then it's kind of lights out from there.
Yeah, you cannot allow Wilson to get that deep on the block.
Asia already with 6 points in 4 minutes. Johnson, here's the driving that Coach Schaefer wanted, but the same result. State just 3 of 12 now, 25%. Harris picked up the dribble, needs some help. Carolina lucky they didn't turn the ball over, and then Herbert Harrigan calmly hits the jumper.
And that's what makes her so special. You know, she's that stretch four that can shoot the three.
Averaging 14.5 points per game against Tennessee and Georgia in this SEC tournament. Vivians just nonchalantly threw that shot up and nailed it.
Yeah, you want to talk about hitting the three. Victoria Vivians, and she's streaky, so it wouldn't surprise me if she doesn't come back down and shoot another.
She's 1 of 2 from distance in this game. Lots of defense from the crowd, and Blair Schaefer thought she drew a charge, but a blocking foul has been called. And Blair's dad is hot about that.
And drive in. I thought that looked like a charge. She's moving a little bit. Toughest call in basketball.
Schaefer picks up the foul. Again, she leads them to 24 charges taken. Now Morgan Williams goes out, and Jasmine Holmes comes in. Vic Schaefer says, I have 2 starting point guards, talking about Holmes and Williams. Holmes played the 4th quarter of the regular season matchup between these two teams. It was a game that Carolina was winning going into the 4th quarter, but then they got outscored 28-9 in the 4th and lost.
Well, and that's what Vic Schaefer talked about today as well. He said, you know, we've got great depth, and he said, we're going to continue to push it, we're going to continue to press, and by the 4th quarter, we're going to see what you've got left.
Vivians misses a 3 from the baseline. Herbert Harrigan trailing everybody, just jogging into the front court now.
She's the one who's been playing many more minutes in this tournament than what she's used to. And it's because Asia Wilson's been coming off the bench and hasn't played as many minutes.
But boy, has she been an offensive force. She's got 8. Biggest lead now at 6 as we're approaching 30 seconds to go in the 1st quarter. Johnson finally scores, and it's a 3. That's one of her specialties. Shot clock is off for South Carolina. Wilson rolled to the basket. Herbert Harrigan has a hot hand.
She loves that right baseline.
10 points in the 1st quarter for Makia Herbert Harrigan. South Carolina, the 3-time defending champs, up 5 after 1 quarter in the title game. That is a week from tomorrow night. This is Nashville and the SEC Women's Championship game for the 3rd straight year at South Carolina and Mississippi State. Makia Herbert Harrigan scored the last 9 points of the quarter for South Carolina, and she, along with Asia Wilson, accounting for 17 of their 19 points.
Yeah, she's 4 for 4 from the field, 3 for 3 from the free throw line. She's just about perfect. And when you compare it to the last time these two teams played, she was 0 for 3 for the game, but she did have 4 blocks.
Making her 3rd straight start for Asia Wilson. Zion Campbell almost forced a turnover. Shot clock winding down. 22. Wilson with the miss. It's a 13-6 run by South Carolina to end the 1st quarter to give them this lead. Taylor McCollum continues on the bench for Mississippi State, where she's been since the 6:27 mark of the 1st quarter when she committed her 2nd foul. Vivians guarded by Wilson. Asia shuts her down. Shot clock at 7. Vivians drives, and Herbert Harrigan stripped it. Harris doesn't have numbers. Jackson got a little bit of space away from Schaefer, but Schaefer was able to come down with the miss. It's the Campbell screen.
And now you see Herbert Harrigan on Vivians. I like that matchup for Vivians. A shot fake, you've got to respect her 3, and driving to the basket.
Holmes got free and banked it in.
I talked to Jasmine Holmes about what she thinks her role is on this team. She says, I really focus on 2 things. Coming with energy, playing good defense. Whatever is broken, I just try to come in and fix it.
I like that. There's not too much that's been broken with Mississippi State since they are undefeated, but she gives them such great energy off the bench.
32 and bottom of the net, Bianca Jackson. Freshman from Montgomery, made the SEC all-freshman team. Both of her parents are coaches, and she was thrust into this starting lineup because of injuries to some guards, and that guard spot is very thin for South Carolina.
Yeah, and Dawn Staley said she wanted her to be more aggressive. She didn't feel like she was playing very well right now. She said, I told her straight up she needs to play better. She's off to a good start tonight.
Played more minutes per game than any other freshman in the SEC this year. Campbell, good position to get the rebound. Holmes. Coach Schaefer says is a better defender than Morgan William and is even faster than Morgan. Vivian's being hounded by Kleiny.
Kleiny's trying to deny her the ball now.
Now that is a foul on Campbell, who got tangled up with Wilson. Asia came over to help, and Alter got shot by Vivians. That is 2 fouls on Campbell, redshirt sophomore from Washington, D.C. Chloe Bibby back in as Coach Schaefer continues to fiddle with his lineup. Vivians and Johnson sit down. Jordan Danbury, the Arkansas transfer, makes her first appearance. She's number 24 in white.
Well, and this lineup is more of a defensive lineup. Other than Blair Schaefer, I'm not sure where the scoring is going to come from.
Freshman Riri Brissett threw the ball away for South Carolina.
And that's where some of these turnovers, we've talked about South Carolina just turning the ball over so much during this tournament. Well, Dawn Staley, she's playing people out of position. Brissett's been playing the 3. She plays some at the 4. She's just a freshman, and she's been turning the ball over, as have some of the other freshmen.
They're averaging 22.5 turnovers the first 2 games of this SEC tournament. They already have 5. Jazz Holmes out, Morgan William back in to play the point for the Bulldogs. Karen McCowan in a very unfamiliar position of sitting. We'll see if Coach Schaefer decides just to leave her there all half. Blair Schaefer couldn't handle the pass. Kleiny gets it over to Harris, a whistle away from the ball. That could be another foul on Campbell. And it is her 3rd. So Campbell, who came into the game because McCowan has 2 fouls, has picked up 3, trying to stop Wilson.
Well, and she's still in, so I'd go right back to Wilson and just drive to the basket. Campbell's can't foul. Get the ball inside the big girl, let her go to work.
Jackson rolls in. Nice. Freshman has 7. William, not a good look, couldn't finish. Kleiny able to grab the rebound. Mississippi State, the leading scoring team in the SEC, and also giving up the fewest points in the conference this year. but struggling so far today, hitting just 32% from the floor. Wilson couldn't get it. Brissett gives him a second chance.
Coach Schaefer talked about rebounding being so important. He said we cannot allow them second chance points, which is what we just saw.
Harris took William off the bounce. Mississippi State has not scored in almost 3.5 minutes as the lead has grown to 10. But they were behind early against South Carolina in the regular season as well. Down 10 after one quarter. Down 4 going into the final quarter, and they ended up winning. But South Carolina coming in, shooting the ball well at 53%. Asia Wilson and company with a 10-point lead.
ESPN's exclusive presentation of college basketball is brought to you by Geico. 15 minutes could save you 15% or more on car insurance.
Coming up on the Audi Halftime Report, Maria, Charlie, Rebecca, Coach Landers, we break down the Mississippi State-South Carolina game, implications the Gamecock win could have on the selection committee.
Still be a 2 seed, but maybe could get up to number 6 overall with a win.
Huge factor in this game. Tierra McCowan, only 4 minutes in the game. She's the nation's best offensive rebounder. Mississippi State, with all their misses, 0 offensive boards right now.
It's also affected their defense in the paint. South Carolina's outscored them 12-2 in there.
All right, we'll walk you back through the ACC championship game as well. We get you back to the Music City.
Thank you very much, Maria. And one of the unsung heroes who has become very sung, if you will, is Nakia Herbert-Harrigan, starting the last 3 games as Asia Wilson's been coming off the bench, and she's off to another great start today.
She is, and we talked about the fact she didn't score in the last game. Well, she came ready to play. 4 for 4 from the field. She scored in a variety of ways, but this little baseline jumper she has been nailing.
Well, something to think about, guys, is Kiki Herbert-Harrigan for the past 2 years in practice is going against Asia Wilson. So there's often times when she goes out on the floor, she's not playing against anyone other than the best player that she's used to facing in Asia Wilson.
That'll get you prepped for a game.
That's a great point. You do see them. We've been privileged enough to see them practice, and yeah, she's not going to go up against a better player than her own teammate. But Herbert-Harrigan, 15 points against Tennessee in the quarters, 14 points yesterday against Georgia in the semis, and she already has 11 in this game. Vivian's back in, and still no offensive rebounds.
Well, and you wonder how long Vic Schaefer's going to hold out Tierra McCowan with those 2 fouls. Down 10 points. Is he trying to save her for the 3rd quarter, or is he going to give her a shot here in the 2nd quarter? And you never know how much a coach trusts their player. You know, they've learned over the course of the year, yes, I can trust him, or no, I gotta have him sit.
And Zion Campbell is out there with 3 personal fouls. For Mississippi State, Jordan Danbury back in. So 3 starters, and William, Schaefer, and Vivians, and then Campbell and Danbury off the bench.
For Vivians to be more aggressive. She's got the freshman Brissett on her. Just go at Brissett.
Blair Schaefer with the miss. Jackson and a high dribble, excuse me, that leads to a turnover. Let's hear what Vic Schaefer had to say in the last huddle.
I can't fight your battles. You're going to have to guard. We can't score right now because you're down there really, really passive and soft. But it's all jump shots. You're getting good looks. We're getting really good looks. We just got to make a shot.
And the woes continue with another miss, just 6 of 22. That's 27%, and they have gotten 0 offensive rebounds. Ty Harris. Holy. Hits it. 12-point advantage.
Yeah, and South Carolina right now they're getting any shot they want. Mississippi State needs to listen to their coach. They got to get to the basket.
That's a foul on Ty Harris for trying to fight through a screen. Her first. check it. That foul on Brissett, her second. The freshman from Durham. And now she goes out, and Herbert Harrigan, who got a brief rest, comes back in. Mississippi State has had 7 straight empty trips on the offensive side.
And that's when you go to your All-American.
It's been 5.5 minutes since they've scored. The All-American that Gail's referencing is Victoria Vivians, who's matched up against Herbert Harrigan. There she is. Drives it. Herbert Harrigan drives it towards the band.
But I like that Vivians was more aggressive. That's exactly what they need, a little shot fake. That's a good drive to the basket. It's just better defense.
Herbert Harrigan was 9th in the SEC during the regular season, averaging just under 2 blocks a game. She and Asia Wilson combining for most of the blocks on this team. But Mississippi State, the drought now is almost 6 minutes without scoring a single point. Campbell swatted again, this time by Wilson.
Yeah, Vic Schaefer's chosen to leave Campbell in with 3 fouls.
She has 2 points in her 14 minutes. And Cowan been sitting since 3.5 minutes into this game with 2 fouls. Jackson elevates over Campbell, who gets the rebound.
And that's where she changed her shot. She was worried about the foul. She didn't need to change her shot.
William runs into Harris, and that's the first foul on time. Harris is a freshman taking his team to the national championship as a point guard. This year making the 2nd team All-SEC, 2nd in the conference in assist to turnover ratio behind the person she just fouled and who was at the line in Morgan Williams. Monday, March 12th, we'll have the exclusive live announcement of the 64-team NCAA Women's Championship field, 7 Eastern on ESPN. The NCAA Women's Selection Special presented by Capital One streams live on the ESPN app. Some teams getting in today, including George Washington winning the Atlantic 10 tournament. They upset #1 seed Dayton yesterday, got in the title game today, so they'll find out a week from tomorrow night where they're going.
And right now you're seeing South Carolina, you know, they're +7 on the boards and +10 in paint points, and that's a direct result of Tierra McCowan not being in the ballgame.
Wilson battles, gets the board.
And look at that double team.
And did not get it off in time. Shot clock violation. Maybe that'll get him charged up. The fans have been waiting to go crazy here, but not much to cheer about.
Well, really, Campbell's done an excellent job defending Asia Wilson, and the double team has come quickly, and it's been very effective.
Wilson got 6 quick points, but has been quiet since. But meanwhile, Mississippi State has missed 8 straight shots, and the drought is hitting 7 minutes with no field goals. At least they got a couple of free throws. William behind the back. Vivians over Herbert Harrigan, had to sky it. Boy, that was almost down.
It looked good from here. But I see Vic yelling towards Vivians. I think he still wants her to drive to the basket.
Ty Harris had a couple of games late in the season when her offense wasn't there. It's there today.
Yeah, she's coming off a really nice game. 9 points, 4 assists against Georgia, and she needed that. She had been in a tough shooting slump.
In the Tennessee win in the quarterfinals, they only got 1 made field goal from their guards. Will Johnson.
And Mississippi State continues to shoot the jumpers.
In every huddle we've heard in our wired packages, Vic Schaefer's telling them to drive, and that advice has not been heeded very much. Herbert Harrigan airballs it. Higgins might have gotten a piece of that.
We know where Itty Bitty's going.
Waning seconds, this is her time. But She crashed to the floor. Still Bulldog basketball with 3.3 seconds left.
Look for a quick shot for Vivian's coming around to curl cut.
Mississippi State has scored 4 points in this quarter. They have missed 10 straight field goals. And with 2.3 seconds left, a chance to shoot free throws. Herbert Harrigan commits the foul.
Yeah, and that was a nice screen set by Blair Schaefer. Not only does she does all the dirty work, not only does she take charges, she's probably one of their best screeners. Gets her teammates open.
Vivians heads to the free throw line. Her first foul shots today. Hits them at an 83% clip. 7th best in the SEC this season. Just 1 of 2. Mississippi State hit 1 field goal in the second quarter and scored just 5 points. Only the 3rd time they've been down at the half, fewest points in the first half at 19. And now they are down by a dozen. No field goals in over 8 minutes to close it out. Dawn Staley standing by with Steffi Sorensen.
Well, Coach, your team able to hold Mississippi State to just 19 points. What impressed you about your team's defense?
I mean, we're locked in. We're challenging every shot, and that's what it's going to take to beat a team like Mississippi State. That's just 1 half, though. We got to finish it off.
You're able to put Tiara McCowan on the bench. Vic Schaefer had to go deep into his bench. How did you like your team's attack offensively?
Well, I didn't think we took advantage of it because Asia wasn't hitting her shots on the inside, but we had one of our bigs on the bench too. Alexis Jennings was 2 fouls, so I think it canceled each other out. We got to do a better job of keeping our players on the floor and not have to substitute because of foul trouble.
Thank you, Coach.
Thank you.
So South Carolina with the lead after 1 quarter. They're up 30-19. Let's head to the Audi halftime report and Maria. You are watching the SEC on ESPN, and it was not a thing of beauty for Mississippi State. Just 1 field goal and 5 points in the second quarter. And the regular season champions are down by 11. Pam Ward, along with Hall of Fame coach Gail Gestencourt, Steffi Sorensen is here as well. Tiara McCowan, the all-everything center for Mississippi State, didn't play long, picked up 2 quick fouls.
Yeah, only 4 minutes, and I think that's one of the reasons they were down 10 on the boards. And they only shot 23%, but only managed to get 1 offensive rebound, and that was a team rebound. And you can see right away they're going to go inside to the big girl.
McCowan right away gets it over Alexis Jennings, who also only played 4 minutes because she picked up 2 fouls. But McCowan, more important to her team than I would say Jennings is to South Carolina. Asia Wilson coming off the bench again today for the 3rd straight game, not starting this second half. She had 6 points, but all in the first quarter. Zion Campbell did a good job in place of McCowan defending, but also picked up 3 fouls. And the guards for South Carolina, that's Bianca Jackson, the freshman. They were just 1 for 19 against Tennessee in the quarters for 10 points. In a game and a half, they've scored 36 points and hitting over 50% from the floor.
Yeah, they really found their rhythm. And Jackson in particular, for a freshman, she looks very comfortable out there, and she was struggling. So she's listened to her coach, and she's much more aggressive.
Carolina trying to win the SEC tournament for the 4th straight time. No team has ever done that. Mississippi State has never won an SEC tournament, so someone's going to make history today. Jennings has it rim out, didn't follow her shot, so it's an easy rebound for Vivians.
And that's where Jennings needs to get on the block, be big and strong, try and pick up that 3rd foul.
Blair Schaefer has not scored in this game, the 3-point specialist, 0 for 3. Steffi Sorensen talked to Vic Schaefer a minute ago.
I know it's not the way that you wanted to start this game, but how do you want them to finish it?
Well, I'd like to see us have some toughness. I just think we settled way too much on offense. Some of us we reverted back to how we used to play. We're not attacking the rim. We got 2 points in the paint. I've been for 20 minutes imploring them to attack. And we've just settled for shot after shot out here at 25 feet.
All right, thank you, Coach.
Go Dogs.
Yeah, Vic Schaefer very upset. We heard him in the timeouts basically begging his team to attack the basket. And they won't listen.
No. They only are shooting 25%. They just got their second shot clock violation, though, on defense. Lowest point total of the half this year at 19. There's Schaefer scoreless. Jeremy McCowan just 2 points. Johnson coming off the screen, much needed. She's hit a couple of threes today. And pressure off the make. Jennings gets it right back into the sure hands of Ty Harris.
One thing you know about Mississippi State, Vic talked about they weren't tough in the first half. Well, this is a tough team. So they definitely are going to come back in this game. You can see already they're much more aggressive and executing better. And the one thing they can always rely on is their defense.
McCowan picked off the pass, and Morgan Williams has a chance to head back to the free throw line.
And just a great double screen you saw set there for Rashonda Johnson. Better execution. And early in the game, they were shooting those threes off of one pass. Now they're moving the ball, setting good screens, and getting one another open.
Second foul on Ty Harris. Morgan Williams perfect at the line so far. Played 17 minutes in the first half.
Just observing the Mississippi State bench, Vic Schaefer usually very animated on the sideline. I have not seen him stand up so far this quarter.
It's interesting, Steph, because you're exactly right. He's usually running along the sidelines with his team.
That did not work in the first half, so maybe trying a different tack.
Yeah, he's probably putting the onus on the players. You can only yell and scream for so much and implore. And at some point in time, this is a senior-laden team, 4 seniors in the starting lineup. So at some point, they've got to step up and take care of business themselves.
Schaefer fouled Kleine, who was driving in the basket. Good look at the SEC Coach of the Year, leading his team to an undefeated season. 32-0 is impressive, but you talk about 16-0 in the SEC. Unbeaten in the SEC.
It's just remarkable what he's been able to do with this team. And that's after losing several starters off of last year's team, but much more potent offensively. We haven't seen it yet, but I believe we will. They'll get in their groove and find their rhythm.
Kleine 1 for 2 from the line. Her first point of the night. Mississippi State 8th in the nation, averaging 83 points per game. Williams inside to McCowan, and Harris closed in. And the possession arrow turns it over to South Carolina. Boy, that was quick.
Excellent double team by Harris. Ball goes in. I mean, she was at the double on the pass. It's great anticipation.
Here she is. Jennings out. Asia Wilson in. Third straight game. Actually, the 4th straight game in which she has come off the bench. All 3 games of the SEC tournament, and makes it 3 in a row. She did not play at all in the regular season finale against Tennessee, and has been playing off the bench since. McCowan gets the rebound. And South Carolina has gone scoreless for a spell in over 3 minutes. Led by 11 at the half, and Williams, the little one, comes up with another big shot.
Yeah, in South Carolina, they're sagging off, but Williams is doing a great job. She's pushing it down to about 10 feet. You can't sag that far off.
And Asia Wilson just drew a foul on McCowan, the 3rd.
Smart move to come in. Yep, got her on the hand.
Yep. Fans here didn't get a good look as we did with the camera behind the bucket. 3 fouls on McCowan. Wilson's first point since the first quarter.
And that's where McCowan still continues. She needs to continue to grow. You know, she wants to block shots. She's a shot blocker, but in this instance, you got to let some go.
Averages 2 blocks per game, 5th best in the SEC. And she is staying out there, playing with 3.
And now we know why Vic Schaefer kept her out the entire first half, because he didn't trust that she wouldn't pick up that 3rd foul.
Shot clock into single digits. McCowan working on the left block. William pulls up again.
It's too deep. They're letting her get too deep. Look for William. Look for Asia Wilson to continue to go inside. She doesn't need to shoot the jumper. Take it right to the big girl.
And McCowan backed off. And now Mississippi State can make this a 1-possession game. William, 3. Off Asia Wilson's hands. Finally able to gather, and Ty Harris settles him in. Wilson drives in and scores.
And that's what we wanted to see on that last possession. And that's what a senior does. Got such a high basketball IQ.
There's a scoring threat anyway, but now you're going up against almost like a wounded animal. McCowan playing with 3 fouls.
And McCowan might have to, if Asia Wilson continues to attack, he's going to have to change that lineup or switch the matchups.
Herbert Harrigan working against Vivians, who's just a terrific scoring threat. Pliny got behind everybody.
And that's just a mental breakdown by Mississippi State.
Usually an incredible defensive team. They've had a couple lapses. William, no looker over to McCowan. That's a pretty stop. Wilson swinging it over to Harris. That's well short. Rebound. The smallest player on the floor. Morgan Williams goes the distance. No, pulls up.
Morgan Williams has been playing at an elite level. She's taken her game to another level. We're used to seeing this last year. We haven't seen it as much this year.
Vivians pull up, just a little bit too strong. Herbert Harrigan boards it. And again, she has not gotten a lot of minutes in matchups against South Carolina. But boy, she is really earning them tonight.
And I'd go back to Wilson at that elbow and let her drive on McCowan.
Standing over there all by herself, the only one on that side of the floor for Carolina. Wilson, scoop, score.
Just unstoppable.
She's got 6 in the quarter. She was the most outstanding player of this tournament last year.
Yeah, and Asia she had 6 in the first quarter, did not score in that second quarter, so she's coming out with a vengeance.
Schaefer still looking for her first points. Good offensive board by Vivians. Didn't hesitate. Timeout. Mississippi State. Their offense coming alive. It's only a 5-point deficit now.
To be undefeated in the Southeastern Conference is, well, they said it hadn't been done in 20 years. I'm going to say it ain't going to be done for another 20. It's just virtually impossible.
The SEC is the toughest conference around. So, I mean, just going there night out and getting everybody's best shot, you know, the target's on our back, so we have to be on our A game whenever we step on the floor.
Mississippi State, 32-0. That includes 16-0 in the SEC. Lady Vols, the last team to do that 20 years ago. 46-game win streak overall. That is the best for any SEC team in history, going back to the Shamika Holtzclaw era when they won 3 straight national championships. And Mississippi State has moved past Auburn with 32 straight wins. Their last loss came in the national championship game to the South Carolina Gamecocks. Will they end this 32-game winning streak?
Well, they've still got some work to do, but I can sense that they're feeling much more confident. And I think the big reason is the big girl, Big T inside.
Miserable shooting in the first half, but in the third quarter, 7 for 11 so far for Mississippi State. But Asia Wilson going against McCowan. 8 points in this quarter, and McCowan trying to guard her with 3 fouls.
Yeah, and a nice job by South Carolina setting the ball screen with Asia Wilson just rolling right to the basket. Good job coming out of the timeout.
Vivians. They're starting to look like Vivians. Mississippi State 67% shooting in this quarter, 8 of 12. Jasmine Holmes guarding Ty Harris as Morgan Williams is getting a breather on the bench. Herbert Harrigan, that was a terrific pass, wasn't it? It led Herbert Harrigan right to the spot to shoot.
Yeah, excellent vision by Ty Harris. And Herbert Harrigan has the size advantage on Vivian, so nice job. First 2 plays out of that timeout, both going inside to the bigs.
First points for Herbert Harrigan after she got 11 in the first half. Vivian's just cupping out. 30 seconds left in the quarter. South Carolina has led by as many as 12.
And a smart move by Vivians. Tierra McCowan. Asia Wilson. Missed that.
Wow. She almost broke Vivian's ankles getting by her, and then she missed the bunny. And a double dribble. Tina Napier with the call. She's joined by Felicia Brenner and Beverly Roberts. We have a timeout. 6.7 seconds left. We will see what Carolina does when we come back. Unbeaten Mississippi State down 7 to South Carolina. Head coach Vic Schaefer had this reminder to his team right before the game.
No paint points. That's going to be impossible. I get it. But that's my mission going out. That should be our mentality. Coach don't want any paint points. That's the point guard, and that's the 5 player, and that's everybody in between. We're going to make them score over us outside the lane, but we don't want paint points.
That has not worked out at all for Mississippi State. Minus 16. South Carolina with 26 of their 45 coming in the paint.
It's a good game plan, you know, and I think it's everybody's game plan, because when you play Dawn Staley in South Carolina, you know exactly where the ball is going. It's going to the inside. It's an inside-out attack every single game. So, and not having your big girl inside, I'm sure that was quite a factor in some of those paint points.
Harris pulls up for a long 3, misses it. And South Carolina, they've won 3 straight SEC tournaments. And they have a lead going into the 4th quarter. Itty Bitty has come up huge. Asia Wilson, as usual, has been awesome. Last time these 2 teams met, their only regular season matchup, February 5th, it was a sold-out crowd in Starkville. Victoria Vivians scored 20 of her 24 points in the first half. Danye Klein getting to work for South Carolina. The Gamecocks led by 5 going into the 4th quarter, but a 13-0 run to start the 4th. That's Jasmine Holmes with a big 3-point play, and Mississippi State came from behind to win by 14, outscoring Carolina 28-9 in the 4th. To remain unbeaten. They are still unbeaten. So it was a 5-point advantage February 5th. Here we are, almost exactly 1 month later, and it's a 7-point advantage. Will history repeat itself?
I feel like this one's coming down to the wire.
Pam Ward, Gail Gestenkors, and Stephanie Sorensen joining you from Nashville. Blair Schaefer has been off today, 0 for 5 now. All attempts today are three-pointers, and she came in on fire in this tournament, hitting 7 of 12 threes the first 2 games.
You can see now Vivian's is guarding Asia Wilson.
23, big.
He doesn't hit many threes, but she hits big threes.
She only has 20 all year. Here's Steffi.
Dawn Staley was telling her team in there in that huddle, you must defend and help every possession. And also we need something on every offensive possession. A shot, a rebound, make them work. And also, Gail, something to watch for Dawn Staley, drawing up plays for Asia Wilson to go left and get Tierra McCowan in foul trouble.
Timeout taken after Johnson hits the shot. We will take a break as well. It's an 8-point lead for Carolina.
ESPN's exclusive presentation of college basketball is brought to you by Principal, Investments, Retirement, Insurance, and Nissan, innovation that excites.
South Carolina up 8 on unbeaten Mississippi State in the SEC championship game. Vic Schaefer telling his team they're still in this one.
Let's go. 10 minutes. 10 minutes for the rest of your life, man. Let's go. We're right here. We are in it. We're right here. We have played awful, and we're down 7.
That's pretty good advice. Make them feel good. I mean, they know they have not played well, and they're right in the game. They're only shooting, 35% from the floor. And in the tournament, they're making 9 threes a game, 46%, and they have only hit 3 for 15. So they've got some big shots left in them.
Yeah, Blair Schaefer has not scored. She averages 10 points a game and almost 3 threes per game. And it is still an 8-point advantage. South Carolina trying to beat Mississippi State, and they would be the first team this year to do that. Jordan Danbury got into the passing lane. Just couldn't get it to go. That would have been big. Harris left alone, and she made him pay.
That's a big and confident shot by Harris.
And a big 4-point swing. Could have been that 2-pointer by Danbury, and instead Harris comes down, and just like that, it's a 10-point lead. McCowan picked up 2 quick fouls in the first quarter. She has not been herself. Just 6 points, and has been playing with 3 fouls for much of the second half.
Yeah, that was excellent execution by Mississippi State. You just got to make that layup.
Danbury reaches in. First year playing for South Carolina after transferring from Arkansas. So a fresh 30 with under 8 minutes to go. Alexis Jennings challenging McCowan. Might have gotten away with a walk, but she didn't score. Danbury, Holmes, who could push the pace as well as anyone.
And Holmes is the one who ignited their comeback in the last game. She got some quick steals. She got out in transition, and she found the shooters.
Morgan William on the bench right now for Mississippi State. So Danbury's out guarding Pliny. Holmes has Harris, the point guard. Long pass. Harris did not take the 3, decided to drive instead. Ty Harris really coming alive in this SEC tournament.
And really a great decision by Harris. She's not been hitting the 3, so don't take it in this situation. Shot fake, get yourself a better shot.
Blair Schaefer summoned by her dad to come into the game.
Ty Harris. It's a great job. Smart move. She's played an exceptional game tonight.
And one of the things that South Carolina has done a great job of, as Dawn Staley takes a timeout, they have held on to the basketball. Just 9 turnovers today after they had 45 in the first 2 games of this tournament. It makes a difference. 10-point lead for Carolina. Timeout. 6:49 left to go in the SEC championship game. South Carolina trying to make history by winning its 4th straight SEC tournament. No one has ever done that. Mississippi State unbeaten, but they're in trouble. Jennings drove in and took approximately 8 steps.
Yeah, she's not comfortable out there, so she either needs to be in or around the block, or I'd go back with Herbert Harrigan. She's more comfortable on that outside.
Yeah, Jennings has not scored today. Had a really good quarterfinal game against Tennessee and has struggled the last couple. And those are shots that Vivian's usually can hit from sleep.
But she's got 6'5" on her. And that's one of the, Asia Wilson, you're looking at one of the co-defensive players of the year in the SEC, and that's the reason why. She can defend the 3, she can defend the 4. Leads the league in block shots.
Ty Harris
is on a mission.
She is aggressive. She's got 12 points. The other co-defensive player of the year also is on the floor, and that's Tiara McCowan for State. Harris has hit the last 6 points for Carolina. Vivian's trying just to get something going.
And not only is Asia Wilson disrupting the shot, she then goes and gets the defensive rebound.
And now she and Vivian's are going at it. Split! McCowan and Vivian's! Asia Wilson! What a finish!
McCowan she should go right to the basket. Wilson was on the ground.
Vivian's finally is able to score. But Asia Wilson on the other end, holy smokes.
And this is why Asia Wilson is the 3-time SEC Player of the Year, and I believe the National Player of the Year. She will not be denied. And look at that passion. You gotta love that.
No one's ever been the SEC Player of the Year for 3 years. She is going to be South Carolina's first 4-time All-American. And in our opinion, should be the National Player of the Year. Hands down.
Yeah, I don't think we're alone. I think anybody who's watched her play and South Carolina play, the versatility, the strength.
She grew up just 12 miles from campus. She was the #1 overall recruit, stayed home to go to South Carolina, and since then, all she's done is win. The national championship last year. Yesterday, she became the all-time leading scorer in the history of this program. Timeout taken by Harris. A little bit of trouble getting it in. And right now, that resume could get a little bit thicker if they can hold on and win this tournament again.
And what's impressive, you see those first 2 games, Asia Wilson's done it, and she's done it in only 22 minutes of play a game. And again, we talk about her versatility. Well, she can hit that free throw line shot, but she's taking it strong to the inside. Her teammates are finding her, and she finds a way to score. We saw this earlier today, that pick and roll. She rolls so hard and so quickly. Her body control is really amazing.
And now Wilson tries to get it in and does. Harris able to streak up court. Ty Harris has been taking it to the hole and has been scoring. 14-point lead matches the biggest of the day for the defending champions.
And that's how you attack pressure. You don't attack it by coming down and shooting a jumper. You go right to the basket.
Shooting foul.
Ty Harris has done a little bit of everything, and there's McCowan down low, but she knows she's in foul trouble. She just takes it right to the basket. Beautiful floater.
Ty Harris has scored 8 of South Carolina's last 10 points. And she has certainly come alive. The assists are still up, but the scoring is way up. Vivian's fouled by Herbert. Harrigan goes to the line. Just 1 of 2. Rebound. McCowan had it, lost it. Held ball, possession arrow in favor of the Gamecocks. Frustrating day for Big T. Picked up 2 fouls in the first 3 minutes and 33 seconds of the first quarter. Sat down for the rest of it. Came in, got a foul in the third quarter. And she is just not her usual aggressive self. Just 6 points and 4 rebounds today.
Yeah, sometimes when you get in foul trouble early, you can let it get into your head, and it looks like it's done that for Tara McCowan.
Jackson off the mark with the offensive board, tipped out. Harris gets it to Kleine.
And I would expect South Carolina really utilize the shot clock right now. They've got the mismatch they want with Asia Wilson.
Well, McCowan did a good job to step in. 17 seconds to shoot. Tonight on SportsCenter after the Sixers-Bucks, it's Kenny Mayne and John Anderson for a full breakdown on this championship Sunday. Also the latest from the NFL Combine. SportsCenter at night, 10:30 Eastern on ESPN and the ESPN app. Asia Wilson gets plenty of room. Drives on McCowan. Short, McCowan gets the board. Just over 4 minutes to go for State. As their unbeaten season is in peril. Jackson's first foul. Alexis Jennings comes in for Herbert Harrigan. Schaefer, the better outside shooter, comes in for Danbury. Blair still looking for her first points.
Yeah, and I think Dawn Staley likes this matchup defensively better with Jennings on Tara McCowan.
Vivian's working on Wilson. Contested the shot and got the rebound, and then quickly the outlet.
And we've seen every time Vivian's has gone to the basket, when Asia Wilson's been on her, she's missed it.
Asia had to fade away with McCowan looming. Vivian's nice feed from Holmes.
And that's a defensive breakdown for South Carolina. Asia Wilson was on the deck on the other end of the floor. Teammates need to help her out.
South Carolina certainly taking as many seconds as they can. Good anticipation by Holmes for the easy 2. 3 minutes to go. Single-digit lead for the first time in a while. And the Mississippi State fans on their feet because of the 5-0 run. Dawn Staley calls a play for Ty Harris.
And Vic Schaefer, he had to get the matchup defensively that he wanted.
Harris got free. Kleine did not handle it cleanly. Got a shoot. One too many passes. Was picked off anyway. Johnson, this would be big. Rebound, McCowan knocked it out as the ball was about to land in Asia Wilson's hands. 2:24 to go.
And the roof was going to come off if that shot went down.
Most of the fans here are cheering for Mississippi State. Big contingency here. This is Nashville. There's quite a large alumni base here as well. Ty Harris. Fouled by Danbury, who had the ball come and plunk her on the head after she committed the foul. 33rd year of ESPN Champ Week, and we have 2 more women's title matchups coming your way. At 7 Eastern, it's the Big Ten Championship between Maryland and Ohio State. The Pac-12 at 9 Eastern, Oregon and Stanford on ESPN2 or the ESPN app. Great stuff headed your way. Stanford, after a slow start, really coming on strong toward the end of the season. Jennings got a little bit of space, and Alexis Jennings gets her first points of the game.
And those were 2 big points. She went up strong and determined. That's what we saw in the first game here.
Holmes, every second counts. Holmes gets the 2. Schaefer calls the timeout. So a 9-point advantage. South Carolina had a chance to talk to them about what winning this championship 4 times in a row would mean.
Anytime that you're playing in the best conference in the country, you have opportunity to make history.
I know we have that target on our back, and it's going to be hard, but we're going to get everybody best, and we're going to try to lock in and finish it.
We got to rise above and play the type of basketball that led us to winning 3 of these SEC tournament championships.
No one has ever won 4 straight SEC tournaments. All those great Pat Summitt teams at Tennessee, they three-peated twice, but no one's ever, if you will, 4-peated. Will South Carolina do it? They're $149 away from doing just that. They have been terrific in this game. Led by 5 after 1, 11 at the half, 7 coming into the third quarter. Mississippi State trying to get their first tournament title and remain unbeaten. Their last loss was April 2nd of last year in the national championship game to South Carolina.
Well, Mississippi State's known for bringing the heat. Well, it's about to get real hot in here because they've got to crank this heat up defensively, get a few more steals, attack. But Vic Schaefer just called his last time out, so he was talking to them about a lot of things. Their defense, the attack mindset on offense. And if it gets down to it, you got to know who you want to foul.
Well, they got to go all out right now. Danbury on Pliny. Struggling to get it over. Holmes picked it. Jasmine Holmes missed the layup. All that work, and she couldn't finish. Tana Napier pointed towards South Carolina. We might get a monitor review.
Yeah, I really think that went off Pliny. And the one person that needs to have the ball in their hand is Ty Harris. She didn't touch the ball, so you got to get the ball in your point guard's hands. And if you're the point guard, you got to go get it.
So they will make sure with the monitor review.
There's Pliny.
Reviewing to confirm the possession, and this is a free timeout for both head coaches.
Yes, and really advantage to Vic Schaefer because he has no timeout. So every time the officials have to go to the monitor, it's going to give him an opportunity to talk to his team about what he wants next. Pliny going up, and it's touched from behind.
Danbury might have gotten the head on this. Should be a good angle.
That's a great angle. So they may call it off of South Carolina, off of Mississippi State if they want to call Danbury. She got her hand in there, but it's hard to tell.
They originally called South Carolina ball. Major props to our crew. 13 games over these last few days. A lot of the men and women on our crew doing both sessions. And the possession is confirmed. It is South Carolina basketball. Great job by our crew this week with some terrific looks.
So Ty Harris is inbounding, but you've got Kira McCowan on Asia Wilson. So I'd look for Asia Wilson to get the ball. She's obviously got the quickness on Ty Harris and then Asia Wilson's got the quickness and then go right back to Ty Harris, and that's what you see there. Wilson can easily get the ball. Get it to your point guard.
Wilson just able to hang on to it. Gets it out. Make the shot.
And this is where, you want to stay aggressive. You want to work the clock, but stay aggressive. And look at Asia Wilson. She's telling her teammates, calm down, calm down.
And that is one of the many things that Asia gives them is that calming presence.
And that's just a third foul on Mississippi State. And that's the problem. At this point, when you foul, if you're not intending to foul, that's 30 new seconds for South Carolina.
Now another booth review, or video monitor review.
And we were doing so well.
Yeah, we were sailing along. Mississippi State, a #1 seed. Charlie Cream, our bracketologist, said even if they lose today, they are still a #1. South Carolina, he has slated in as a #2.
And it looks like it might be off of Asia Wilson's pink fingernails. These coaches really doing an exceptional job to get their teams to this point. The pressure of being an undefeated team, I feel like Vic Schaefer's handled it so well and kept his team focused but loose. And Dawn Staley, we talked to her earlier. We said, everybody's talking about Mississippi State. You're the defending national champion. Are you upset? Are you happy? She said, oh no, I love that everybody's talking about Mississippi State.
Yeah,
we embrace that underdog role.
Totally different, and she actually said something to us the other day about how people sort of underestimate them. They don't think they're very good until they play them. I don't know if that's... She's trying, as she talks to Asia, to try to close this out. The Aaron's America Women's Championship, the American Conference in Uncasville, Connecticut. UConn has won every game they've ever played in that conference. Quarterfinals coming up tomorrow night on ESPNU, UConn and Tulane. South Florida, Charlie Cream has them going in as an at-large, assuming they don't win this tournament. They will be playing as well with the finals coming up on Tuesday, but Asia Wilson has been spectacular all 4 years. And the Gail Guston-Coors 30-second monitor rule, they're well over 30. That's something that you would like to see.
Yes, they were doing so well.
Yes.
And once the video starts, once they can see the replay, I don't think they need more than 30 seconds to figure it out. You know, coaches have to make split-second decisions, as do players, and I think the officials can do it with a monitor review. So
it took 2 minutes, and Mississippi State does indeed get the ball. So South Carolina, we were talking about what a good job they were doing holding on to the ball. Now 4 turnovers in their last 5 possessions as they're trying to close out this championship.
Well, again, that's where, you know, you're trying to work the clock, and all of a sudden you become hesitant. What's been good for them is they've been so aggressive all game long. So it's finding that balance where you work the clock, but you got to still stay aggressive.
Jasmine Holmes in to run the point. Morgan Williams has been on the bench for a while. Vivian's guarded by Wilson. Drives on her. Can't get it. Rebound, Asia. Able to grab it away from Vivians.
And that's 5 rebounds I've seen. And Vivians has driven, and Asia has defended and then rebound. That's the mark of a great defensive player.
Vivians took it away. Another Carolina turnover. Johnson, short. They've had some opportunities, but South Carolina clinging to this lead, and the foul, just the 4th, so 1 more foul to give. Schaefer with the foul, the next foul rather will put him on the line. No more fouls to give. Schaefer out, Danbury in. Defensive substitution. Harris lobs it into Jackson, who wisely gets it right back to her point guard.
Mississippi State, they're looking to trap. They've got to trap or get a quick foul. Too much time off the clock.
Finally, Holmes grabs Jackson with just 25.4 seconds left. Where Schaefer comes back in, the three-point specialist for State, but she is 0 for 5 today.
And South Carolina, they've only got 2 fouls, so they've got 2 fouls to give. And I'll tell you what, I would not let Mississippi State get in rhythm, in transition. Go ahead and take the foul. Make them take the ball out of bounds.
There's a shot of Bianca Cuevas-Moore, who they were going to count on this year in the backcourt. She's been out all year, redshirting with the hurt knee.
time running off this clock.
And Mississippi State, Vivian's air ball, and South Carolina makes history. The first team to win 4 straight SEC tournament titles, and Mississippi State's perfect season is no more. South Carolina, the first team to win 4 in a row. They take it 62-51.
Dawn Staley has got to be so proud of this team. They have come together. She has them peaking at the right time.
For the first time since April 2nd of last year, Mississippi State has lost a game. The last time they lost, it was to South Carolina, and they fell again today. South Carolina shot 51%, Mississippi State just 35%. Asia Wilson with 16. Ty Harris was brilliant at the point position, 14 points and 7 assists. Mississippi State also relied on the 3 heavily, averaging 9 a game the first 2 games of this tournament. They were just 3 for 19 today, and that just didn't get it done. South Carolina wins it 62-51. Asia Wilson now has 4 SEC tournament titles. She's with Steffi.
Asia, you have meant so much to this program, to Columbia.
Yeah.
What does it mean to you to wear this South Carolina jersey?
Man, I can't even put into words what it means to me to wear this. You know, people doubted us this year. They really did, especially after the SEC regular season that we did. But you know what? We came back. We believed in one another. We had confidence, and that's what it takes to wear this uniform. You got to have confidence. And so that's what we had, and we came out here and took care of business. I'm so proud of my young ones of this team. We did a terrific job tonight.
You know, I talked to your dad earlier today, and he told me, you know, you were a better cheerleader than a basketball player when you were growing up. How did you get here?
I mean, hard work. That is the biggest thing, and just trust. I trusted in Coach, and she really paid off. She helped me grow as a player, but just a person as well. So just the trust and the loyalty. I was loyal to the game, and that's what you have to do when you want to win. So it's an exciting win.
Asia, thank you. Congratulations. Make grab Coach Staley. Dawn, when you think about this league, the SEC, the coaches that have coached in it, no one has done this. How have you been able to sustain such a high level of success?
We got great players. You know, the current ones, the former ones, you know, they believed in this vision long before it was popular. And I'm happy for our players. They're so resilient, and they were so full of belief that it was incredible. Thanking God, giving God all the glory.
Coach, you and I talked about this team kind of flying under the radar. Do you feel like they felt like underdogs in this game?
Oh, we definitely were underdogs. You know, we weren't the most talked about team in this, SEC tournament, and we flew under the radar, and it was a good place for this team to be. Fighting for something, fighting for history. You know, we will go down as the only team right now to have won 4 SEC tournament championships. But I do have to take our hats off to Mississippi State. What a tremendous year they're having. And honestly, if we couldn't win it, I would want them to win it because they mirror our program, and they're doing things that historically has never been done there. And I'm happy for them. So my hat goes off to Vic.
Coach, congratulations. History is made.
Thank you so much, Stephanie.
Tim.
For the 3rd straight year, South Carolina played Mississippi State in the SEC championship game. They beat them for the 3rd straight year. 4th straight overall. History indeed made. For Gail Gessenkors and Steffi Sorensen, I'm Pam Ward. We say so long from Nashville. Coming up next, it's College Basketball Live. Asia and South Carolina do it again.